most important thing is what is known as the endothelium, which is the lining of the blood vessels. The lining, and there's a picture of that in front of you, the endothelium. That lining has to be smooth and healthy. If it's not, if it's inflamed, if it's affected by anything from cholesterol to inflammatory particles, I mean, I don't want to go into all that, but there are things that make the lining of the blood vessels less smooth and less healthy. And once they become rough, once that lining becomes rough, it acts as a magnet for calcium, for deposits like cholesterol, bad cholesterol to stick there and cause the platelets and the other blood vessels and the other parts of the blood to stick there, and therefore begins to cause an accumulation, which eventually results in plaque. So the bottom line is that you want to ensure that your blood vessels are clean and healthy. To do that, it's not just about nutrients. I know you hear me talk about nutrients a lot. No, it's not just about nutrients. It's about the whole being and outlook of the human being. In other words, we talk about the laws of life, the laws, the principles, the rules that govern human life, the fundamental rules that govern human life. And we go through them. I'm not going to go into them right now. We've done a few episodes on that. But I want to highlight a few things. Stress, which is the law 3, which affects law 3, which is your thoughts and emotions. Stress can have a very, very damaging effect on the lining of the blood vessels. Other things can do that as well. Not being active, sitting down on your couch all day long watching TV, or sitting down at your desk working all day without standing up and walking around can cause damage to the blood vessels. Another thing, your dental health, your teeth. If your teeth are not healthy, if you're having infections around the gums, infections in the gums or around the teeth, periodontitis, that they are finding out can cause is a huge risk factor for cardiovascular disease because it causes inflammation. I'm not going to go into that, probably in another discussion. If your gut is unhealthy, if you're putting in all kinds of wrong food, it can also cause a problem for your blood vessels. If you're taking in a lot of sugar, a lot of sugary products, if you're taking a lot of starchy stuff, pounded yam, eba, those things convert to sugar really, really quickly. If you're taking all that, it's going to increase your chances of having damage to the blood vessels. And by the way, the number 1 cause of kidney damage or kidney failure or kidney disease is hypertension. The number 2 cause of kidney damage, kidney disease, or need for a kidney or renal transplant or dialysis is diabetes. So you don't want to fool around with that. You're eating pounded yam 3 times a day. If you're an Ekiti person or from Benue State, you want to reduce it down to like less than like once a day and much smaller portions. Again, these things damage the blood vessels. Of course, the Fulanis too tend to have higher rates of diabetes. So you also want to, from what we know, there's a lot of sweet stuff that is taken in the Fulani tribe, which they are seeing is pointing more and more towards diabetes. All right, having said that, I just wanted to highlight a few things in the 7 laws. The foods that we eat, our attitudes, our levels of activity all affect our blood vessels.